Hi everyone, it's Agnes and I have got a special interview for you today. It is with Elle. Hello Elle, welcome to the call.
Hi. So exciting.
Yeah, it is exciting. It's good because I didn't have contact with you for quite some time, and some really wonderful things have manifested for you. And we said, let's see if we can do an interview, and you said yes.
Yeah,
So
totally.
first, where are you in the world so people know where you're located?
Yeah, so I'm in the Netherlands, in
Yep,
Europe.
in Europe. Yep. And
Um,
you have got there's a few successes within your story. I'm not going to say what they are
yeah.
because we're going to go back to the beginning
hmm
of where you started when you had two particular desires to manifest. So can you go back to that point and then we'll work along the timeline?
Yeah, so I graduated from medical school and I was working in the UK at the time. And I really wanted to move to the Netherlands. There was this very strong desire to move here and to meet my perfect partner and to start a family. So yeah, that I guess it's a normal dream, but it was so strong. It was, every time I saw a child outside or a happy couple, I think, oh yay, that's what I want. um so I moved, and I knew no one here, or well, three people, but not close connections. And I started, building my life from scratch. And then, of course, the dating scene here, at least, was lots of online dating, lots of Tinder. And, I was in such a rush to find the one. I remember I'd have, several dates a week. I'd have their name and the number that they wear, date number one, date number two, on my diary. And I used to judge the poor people probably within 30 seconds of meeting them, you know, oh no, he's not the one. Okay, damn it, this is going to be a waste of my time for this evening.
Mm.
Um, and then eventually I did meet someone, and we had a short relationship, a few months. And then it ended, and I was crushed. And yeah, it was really a moment for me where I reached rock bottom. And I think at around that point was when I discovered you and Neville, and the whole world of specific people, manifesting them back into your life. And at the same time, the most beautiful thing happened, which was I discovered self-love and your self-love meditations. And yeah, I used to go on my walking meditations. I would walk and walk and walk every night after work. And I would just, think, I love myself. I love myself like the most precious person in the world. And I would say that over and over and over again to myself until I started to actually feel it. And I used to do all your meditations. Um, and I did do quite a few of the specific person meditations, but I really did focus on the self-love, because there really came a point when I thought, you know what, screw it. I just want to be happy, because I
Mm.
was so obsessed with the thought of this other person that that I was willing to almost give up anything, including how I felt about myself, to be with them. And I just had enough of it. It's a bit like what Abraham Hicks says about your cork bobbing on the water. When we're keeping it down under, we're like putting all that resistance to it, but then when we let the cork come to the surface, that's when the good things start to happen, when you release that resistance. So yeah, a lot of self-love meditations, a lot of just feeling good, and the pockets of joy. Yeah, I remember that. I remember really enjoying that. I remember taking to work some really good tea and buying myself a cute mug, and everything became this little pocket of joy, and just enjoying the small moments.
Mm.
And it didn't happen overnight. So for the people out there who are, hurting, it takes a while. It can take a while, and that's okay. It's just the journey, and the journey is also good.
Yeah.
And then, of course, there's a success to the end of the story, which is I did meet someone, and it wasn't the specific person, and he was everything I'd always dreamed of. And I always used to tell my friends, whenever they used to ask me, what is it that you want in a man? And I used to say, I want him to be intelligent and funny and kind. And I want to feel like I'm home when I'm in his arms.
Mm.
And my friends would laugh at me and say, Lorna, you're dreaming. Oops.
Yeah.
You're dreaming. You're just in your own world. And I remember thinking, okay, well then if that's how it's going to be, if I'm supposed to be, dreaming and thinking of Cinderella, then so be it. But that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
And 6 months later, we moved in together, and now we're married.
Yeah.
In the middle of Corona, we married.
You got married in the middle of Corona? Yeah.
Yeah. Not the big wedding we'd imagined, but it was fine. It was special and beautiful.
Yeah.
And I'm pregnant.
Yes, which was one of your desires as well.
One of my desires.
Yeah. So Elle, between the letting go of a specific person, spending time on your own, and then, obviously starting to date, what was the time that you had in between?
Until I met my now husband.
Yeah.
Very short, actually. A few months, I'd say less than 6 months.
Okay. Wow.
And I remember thinking, if this is my life, if I'm not going to meet, the man of my dreams and all that, I'm going to have a great life. I'm going to have great friends, which I already did at that point. I'm going to go out. I'm going to travel. I'm going to build my career. I'm going to enjoy every single moment.
Yeah.
And I did.
And you did.
And I did. And I still went out on dates. I still thought, dating was fun, but it was different. I went on these dates with a different energy.
Mm.
I didn't go on these dates, wanting to judge someone within the first few minutes of if they were going to be the perfect partner or not.
Yes. Yeah.
Went
I
on
think
those
we
dates.
can be too quick to assess and judge someone in the first, 15 minutes.
Yeah, but not only that, it's also the energy with which you face someone new. It wasn't that like, oh, I want you to be, you, this person I don't know, I potentially want you to be my future partner. It was more like, I'm here to have a drink and have a chat, and hopefully it's going to be fun and interesting.
Yeah.
And if it's not, then that's fine. And if it is, also great. I mean, I remember my first date with my now husband, it was great, but he didn't call me the next day. And I remember thinking, okay, no, I thought it was fun, but if he's not going to call, then that's also okay.
Yeah.
He called me the day after that.
Okay, so he called 2 days later. That's reasonable.
We joked about that though, because he says he was trying to not look too keen. And
Yes.
I tell him, oh, I thought you were, not interested or playing hard to get or something. But I was okay with it. I didn't go crazy. I didn't start crying.
Yeah.
I was disappointed. I just thought, okay, well, if he doesn't call, that was a nice evening that I spent with this guy that I may never see again. Cool.
Yep. Yeah.
No harm done.
Mm. Is he European? Is he from? Yeah. Okay, yeah. That's nice. So you speak a few languages together?
I speak 5 languages, but yeah, we're quite a multilingual couple.
Wow, fantastic.
So baby will hopefully learn quite a few languages as well.
Yeah, wonderful. Oh, that's so good. So good. So when you go back and look at the whole process of everything, because you talked about something that I think is really, really important. You let go of, this person has to be a good relationship for me, for my future. You take your foot off the back of that person's neck, whether there's someone you just met or whether they're, someone you're in a relationship with. It's the fact that you've got that pressure on that person through your energy. Yeah. And when you take that pressure off and you do just enjoy people within a soft, open hand, and you let go and just enjoy a conversation, enjoy a cup of tea, enjoy going out with friends, I think that what you said about, you know what, I'm just gonna really enjoy myself and have a really good life. Yeah. I think that is a really huge self-realization that you being happy is in your hands, and it's not the relationship that's going to make you happy.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever the relationship is, it's like you make yourself happy before you meet people, then you become such an attractive catch for whoever, because they don't have a job to do as soon as they walk in the door.
Exactly. You are
Yeah.
happy as you are on your own.
Yeah.
There's really nothing more attractive than that, to be honest.
I know. And it's not about perfect boobs, nice bum, perfect haircut, nails. I mean, it's so much about that, the essence of you. You could be wearing a brown paper bag and, you know, have your hair up in a rubber band.
Yeah.
And if your energy's right, you could still attract somebody. You know, it's got nothing to do with that type of packaging.
Yeah.
It is so much about what people feel from you.
And it's also the letting go. I mean, I know the word letting go is thrown around a lot, and it comes to a sort of cliche, because of course we all want what we want.
Yeah.
And we all want to be happy, and we all want to have that job, and we all want to live in that house. And it's very easy to want a specific person, whether he's an ex or she's an ex, and or whether you know them. And I think for a lot of people, and for myself included, so I'm coming from a point of, I know how hard it is because I was there, that letting go of, it has to be that guy or that girl.
Yeah.
It has to be that specific person because I know that they're the one.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes it is, sure, but I think you have to put yourself first. I think that's the key, putting yourself first. And if that person doesn't want to be with you, or doesn't respect you, or isn't treating you the way they should, then your self-preservation, your self-love is should be your number one.
Yeah. Yeah. And once you get that right,
then the world is your oyster.
Yeah. And then whoever stands next to you is going to be the most incredible relationship of all.
Yeah.
And I think that, irregardless of whether it's someone new, whether it's a specific person, whether it's an ex, it's the fact that really you're taking you with you into all of these possible scenarios. So you don't get away from yourself and your beliefs and your thoughts about yourself, about relationships, about men, about women, about sex, about intimacy, about having children. You're taking all of your beliefs into the relationship towards another human being. So yeah, it's all you.
And
it's
that's, at the
all
end of the
you.
day, all we have is ourselves, right? I mean, a friend of mine had once told me, when you put your head on your pillow at night, it doesn't matter how many people are in your bed, you're with your thoughts.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't matter if you have a partner, if you have children, if you have, or if you're on an island on your own. At the end of the day, it's how you feel about you. And those thoughts in your head when you go to bed at night, oh my goodness, it doesn't matter. The other things don't matter. It's how you feel about you. And I remember that really impressed me, because she's in a very loving marriage, and I remember, complaining to her and saying, oh, you don't understand because you have a husband and you're happy. And she said, yeah, darling, but you have yourself at the end of the day. That's all you have.
Yeah.
That's the only constant.
That's such a great bit of information and advice from someone who is in a loving relationship, because
absolutely.
I mean, yes, you when your eyes are closed and your partner's eyes are closed, you are in your own head on your own. You're on your own in there. It's so true.
So make it a loving place.
So make it a loving place.
Make it a place where you want to rest. Make it a place where you feel loved. Make it a place where, and that thing that I used to say to myself, I love myself like the most precious person in the world. It came because I used to say that I love this person, this specific person, like the most precious person in the world, because that's how I felt about him. And I remember just waking up one day and thinking, well, hold on a second. That's all well and good, but how do I feel about myself?
Yeah.
Why are we so willing to give other people our love and attention, and then treat ourselves like like second best?
Yeah. It's not even second best to another woman or another man. It's second best to the primary person that's in front of you. You're creating your own second bestness just in relation to them.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
You know,
Elle, what do you think is the most, like, looking back at yourself now, now you're pregnant and that's what you wanted, and you wanted to get married and have a great relationship and live overseas. When you look back at yourself then and you look at where your head's at now, what do you think is the thing that grounds you the most to have created those things that you wanted? What do you think it was? Or was it a combination of things?
as a practice, you mean?
Yeah, like, did you meditate, read,
Um,
what was
I
it that you think really worked really well for you?
I definitely did a lot of meditations, and I still do.
Yeah.
Even now, even though, everything is quote unquote perfect, we're always creating new things. We always want new things. And I think it's really important to be happy also, and appreciate the things that you do have. And that's a really nice springing board for creating more goodness in the future. So definitely meditation. I used walking a lot, and I still do. There's a walk in the park that I really enjoy, and I used to do that every night.
Yeah.
And I still do it very often. Just music in my ears, and I call it my walking meditation. Just looking at trees and feeling grounded and smelling the fresh air. So that was definitely for me a practice that really got me out of my rock bottom, and healed me, literally. So the walking and the meditation. I also recently remembered that as you and I planned this interview, that I was thinking about it. The I remember when.
Okay. Yeah.
I loved that because, and I would always start it. It's really funny. I would always start it. I don't know if I learned that from you specifically, but from a place that I am now. So for example, you could say, I remember when I didn't have the job that I have now, for example, or I remember when I lived in a small student apartment, for example, started really physically where your feet are now, so to speak.
Yeah.
And really get those emotions going, because that's easy to latch onto, right? And then move it on. And I still remember saying, I remember when I was single. I remember when I didn't have a loving relationship. I remember when I went to bed at night alone every night. And I still remember saying that. And I've said them so many times that now sometimes I say them, but then I make myself laugh, and I'm like, well, I don't go to bed alone every night.
No,
I do have a loving relationship. But I said it so much that it's there.
Yeah.
And that's something I really enjoyed. And also, I think another important thing is letting yourself off the hook when you don't feel like meditating, or when you don't feel like walking, or when you don't feel like doing. I mean, I don't think the universe cares about your routine. If you're writing 10 things you're grateful for and you're not grateful for them, then you might feel good that you wrote them in your diary, but really you're just doing a rogue routine.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you don't feel like it, have yourself a chocolate and a cup of tea and let yourself off the hook and enjoy that.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't have to be the same things. I love your buying a cup and some nice tea, and that is like such a little pocket of joy, and I think it's finding more pockets of joy
To be
as you go. Yeah. I mean, today I went to the organic market, and there's a guy there that makes homemade dumplings with nice chili oil sauce, and I go there every Sunday, and that's my pocket of joy. And then I walk there, I do my affirmations, and I walk back, and it's just, I'm in nature, I'm free, I'm I love my job and I love what I do, but for me it's giving my eyes a break from being on devices. So just that, my eyes can look at nature, look at trees, be in the park, breathe in the fresh air, and do all that. And it's like, okay, what other pockets of joy can I find? Whether it's Monday or Sunday, it really doesn't matter. How do I inject in a pocket of joy for what I have to do?
And I always feel like the universe is saying, oh yeah, you like this? I'm going to give you more of what you like then. That's the way I see it in my mind. And something else that's funny. Do you know Mike Dooley from the Notes of the Universe?
Yes.
I've been receiving his notes for years. I have no idea how many years. And I have a folder on my email, and I put the ones in there that I like. And I remember once reading one, I'm paraphrasing, but it said, when you do get what you want, it's going to happen in such a natural, organic way that you're not even going to realize that it happened. And I remember reading that. I still remember I was at work and I read that, and I remember thinking, that'll be cool. And it happened exactly that way, because when I met my now husband and 6 months later we were moving in together, I met one of my friends on the train, and she asked me if I could meet her for a coffee or something on Saturday. And I said, no, sorry, I can't, because, my boyfriend's moving in. And she goes, you're what? She's like, you didn't, what? She's like, I don't know about this. No, this is a friend who knows, everything about me. She's like, how did you not tell me? I was like, I don't know. I was like, it's just normal. It's bound to happen, right? And it was that moment where I thought of that note of the universe, and I thought, oh my God, I haven't even told my best friend, because it's so organic. It's so natural.
Yeah. Isn't that lovely? That's it. It really can. Once you get out of that need.
This way. Yeah, the need. Oh my God, the need. You hit the nail on the head there. That need.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when you start thinking, I thought I'd be married by 30, and I thought I'd be 31. And it's like you're putting all this unnecessary stress on yourself, which you're probably the cause of that. I mean, maybe some people have family or social obligations, I don't know, but I think most cases we're putting that pressure on ourselves. Of, I need to have this by this time, or else.
Else, I'm a failure, I'm not good enough, or there must be something wrong with me, or life has
and it's funny because
perfect timing.
And what's funny is I was one of the last in my friends group to get into a serious relationship and be married and all that, but now I'm the first one to have a baby.
Oh, okay. Isn't that interesting? Yeah.
All of a sudden, it's completely reversed. And I'm like, wait a minute.
How did that happen?
How did that happen? Now my friends don't know what I'm going through. That's terrible. I like being the last one.
Yeah, because you can ask for. So what happens? What can I look forward to? What do I need to watch out for? Now you're going to be advising them.
Yeah. I'm like, wait a minute. How did this happen? I was in such a rush to get here. And now I'm here. And now I'm the first one here.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny, isn't it? That really is. You just never know what position you're going to end up in. And that's just don't. Yeah. That is so lovely, because I know I had contact with you, off and on at different times, and it was.
But I learned so much from you, and like I said to you before we started this, I had written my wedding invite list, or I'd started working on it, from ages back before I even met my now husband. And I had on this document, tell Agnes, email Agnes, tell her. And I emailed you saying, I had this note on this invite list to email you. I mean, how amazing is that? And I used to imagine having an interview with you as well.
Yeah.
And telling you my success story.
Yeah. And there it is. There it is. It's, it's a real, it's almost like it creates a chain reaction of successes. Once you get into that space where you go, you know what, screw this, I'm just going to go and have fun, and I'm going to find pockets of joy, and I'm going to enjoy myself. And if I have to be single or not, I'm going to be happy anyway. I just am. I've made a decision. I'm not going to be lingering around in, if I don't find this relationship, I'm going to be depressed.
Yeah.
You give up.
Like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's a big handbrake.
Yeah.
Because if you're depressed about not having a relationship, then you meet somebody, you can't go from being depressed to being undepressed just in one date. No. So you're taking your depressed self to the date. It's probably, or you've pushed your hopes up so high because you see this as an oasis in the desert. But if you do that work before and you take your happy self to the date and go, you know what? Let's just see how it goes. And Abraham Hicks talks a lot about that. Let's just see how it goes. And you just really enjoy building good moments. One conversation, one text, one conversation over the phone, one dinner date, one coffee date, one movie, one walk, one, sandwich in the park, whatever. And it just starts to build good moments with that person. And honestly, it's so much better.
And you're also not expecting that person to fix you or to cure you.
Yeah.
Because that's just, apart from it not ever working out anyway in that way, because there's no, you're not going into a relationship with someone because they have to fix you, but it's also not the standing point you want to start anything from.
Exactly. Your husband has benefited from all the work you have done on yourself.
Absolutely.
Must be really interesting, because he obviously doesn't know all of it, all the background or all the, because it's just a journey you do on your own. It's not that you're hiding it, but it's just all the stuff you learned while you were single. And now,
because he was also single for a really long time. And I often ask him, how was it for you back then? Now, he's a very, very grounded, very calm guy, but he's totally not into, spirituality or anything like that. But when I do speak to him about things, he gets it immediately, which is really nice. But he always tells me, one thing that he once said, which sort of really stuck with me, was he said, I really obviously wanted a relationship with someone, like a good relationship, and to build a family. He said, but I also came to the conclusion that, that just might not be my story, and that's going to be fine.
Yeah.
Which is kind of where I got to,
Yeah.
He doesn't say it the way I say it. He doesn't say, pockets of joy and meditation and this and that. But for him, he's got his gym. I mean, that's his meditation.
Yeah.
So he doesn't verbalize it in that way, but that's really what it is. He had his work and he had his gym and going out with his friends.
Yeah.
But it's like we both got to that point where we stopped like really sort of looking for it and fighting for it and just accepted.
It's true. And it's when you stop the fight.
It doesn't mean giving up, though, because I remember listening to some people and saying, oh, accepting, so you're giving up. It's not giving up.
No.
You're actually allowing it even more.
Yeah, and it's having acceptance for the life you have and just enjoying and being grateful for however it is right now. Because there's really good bits about being in a relationship, and there's equally good bits about being single.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Like, you just can spread out in the bed and be totally, have the whole bed to yourself. I miss that sometimes when my partner's crushing me with his legs.
Yeah.
You just go, I love being in bed with this person, but you wake up and you're uncomfortable and you go, oh, and you get that moment and you go, yeah, well, you wanted a relationship, you've attracted it, and it comes with this.
Yeah.
Those little things.
And the whole thing about being pregnant also, I suppose I've really been more aware of people who are on fertility programs, for example, and there are many of those, and I guess I don't know, an honorable mention to these people who are fighting so hard and trying so hard to start a family, and they're so brave. But there's also something to take from this as well, of also that acceptance of, sometimes you just have to, like we said, be happy and love yourself, and you're not any less if it's a difficult journey for you.
Yeah.
Because I have many friends who are going through that right now, and it's really sad seeing it. And and I in some cases felt a bit sort of apprehensive about saying, oh, hey guys, I'm pregnant.
And you just got pregnant naturally?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you didn't, yeah, of course. When people are trying and trying and trying, and it just happens easily. You can just, you can't help that, but it's going to be like, oh.
So much love to those people. And so just remember, again, I think the self-love, that's that you are precious, you are special, and don't feel bad about it. Is you're obviously going to feel bad about it, but try not to as much as possible.
Yeah.
You are doing an amazing job, and you are having a challenging time as is. But I think everything that we learn here, we need to take it into all aspects of life, whether that's a relationship, whether that's a job, a house, career. Take that love with you into every aspect of your life.
Yeah, for sure. And when's your baby due?
In spring.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Spring. Okay, because some people are in the southern hemisphere and some
Oh,
are in the
sorry. So
northern.
April. Yeah.
April in where we are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lovely. Oh, that's
Yeah.
nice.
Oh, and the first 3 months are terrible. All the cliches are real.
Oh, real.
Yeah. I've had quite a relationship with my toilet bowl.
Yes. Driving the porcelain bus, as they say in Australia.
Oh, I never heard that one.
Driving the porcelain bus.
I'll think of
Oh,
that.
dear. It'll
But
all
it's
be
all
worth
worth
it in the end, Elle. It'll all be worth it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It'll
Yeah.
all be worth it. And it's just a
Yeah.
process. And yeah. But
Beautiful. Beautiful. Well, thank you. Look, it's just so lovely to hear, you know, where you were, what you did, and just the real acceptance, letting go and enjoying yourself, and how, you know, I mean, Abraham Hicks says it again and again and again, you know, just be happy first. And Neville talks about you just get into the state. I mean, they both say it in different ways, but
yeah.
we hear that so much from those two that it's almost like you go, yeah, but what else? And no, that is it. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. And work out why you're not able to do it. Work out how you can do it a little bit better. Work out why you're so dissatisfied. Work out why you're still in neediness. Work out why you're still depressed. And then work on changing that through your thoughts, through your self-love work, through letting it all go and surrendering, and just take off and go and do some fun things. And once you do that, it creates a vacuum, and then that vacuum draws things in towards it. But yeah, it's wonderful. I'm so thrilled for you. I think it's so exciting. And yeah, hopefully, you know, at some point, if you ever feel to, we can maybe see your little one wrapped up.
Oh, absolutely.
Or you either send me a picture, or if you want to do another little short interview to show us your bundle of joy. I mean, it's always so nice for people that, you know, want specific things, to see someone that's already in the manifestation, and to hear where their thoughts are, where their head's at, what they think, because that is, it's the contents of someone's mental diet when they are in the middle of a manifestation. That's when you really want to pick someone's brain, because that's where you see just the natural progression of how they think, and how they think has created what they have.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank
you, Elle.
I love how Abraham Hicks always says there is so much love for you.
Yes.
That's how she ends everything, or how they
end everything. That's how she ends. Yeah. And we hear that again and again, and you almost don't even hear it. Yeah.
Yeah. And that is the message to everyone.
It is.
There is so much love for you.
Yeah.
Abundance
Beautiful.
of love. So
yeah.
I wish everyone so much joy and so much love and so much happiness. And I'm so happy that I was able to share this today. And I hope that, you know, I hope that someone's smiling out there.
Lovely.
and feeling the love from us.
Good stuff. Thank you, Elle. Thank you. And I will put down below anything that Elle and I discussed, any links that are relevant to what she talked about. And I will see you all, as always, in the next YouTube. Elle, you stay on the line and we'll say goodbye in private. Okay.
Bye.